I am tonight announcing my candidacy for President of the United States.
Former President Donald Trump announced his third campaign for president last night. It comes as many Republicans blame Trump for a very disappointing midterm election that saw them gain far fewer seats in the House than they expected. And we say good morning to Southern Methodist University professor of political science, Dr. Cal Jillson.
Good morning, Brandon.
All right, so Trump's announcement is good for Trump, but is it good for Republicans?
Well, many Republicans, particularly in Washington, but around the country, were very concerned at the timing of this announcement, just having had a relatively disappointing night in the midterms and looking forward to try to support Herschel Walker across the finish line for Senate in Georgia. They wanted the focus there, not on Donald Trump and Mar-a-Lago, but he couldn't resist. And so he did declare last night. A lot of Republicans and others were underwhelmed by the performance.
Well, and then in recent days, you've got several lawmakers asking, or have been asked, who's the leader of the Republican Party? And the response has been Ron DeSantis. And of course, in terms of winning, DeSantis does have a much better scorecard.
Yeah, if you think of Ron DeSantis's performance in the Florida governor's reelection, he won by a little less than the same margin George W. Bush won his reelection bid here in Texas in 1998, and that vaulted him to the Republican nomination for president in 2000. And so a lot of Republicans are looking at DeSantis and asking themselves whether he's a sturdier horse going forward than Donald Trump, who didn't win the popular vote in 2016, lost the House in 2018. Now they don't control either house. So a lot of Republicans wonder about Trump, but the base of the Republican Party is still with Trump. And so he'll be a formidable candidate, but a lot of people in his party are concerned about the path forward.
Well, and then now people are looking very closely at the House. Republicans now within one seat of the majority. Overwhelmingly, they chose Kevin McCarthy for Speaker over a challenger from the right. So can he right the ship?
Well, it's going to be very interesting. The House was Kevin McCarthy, who was just elected the Republican candidate for Speaker, thought they'd pick up 40 seats. They're more likely to pick something on the order of 8, 9, maybe 10. They'll have a very narrow majority. And the question is whether or not there are too many people on the far right Freedom Caucus who don't like McCarthy's little hint of moderation and won't vote for him. And so you've got chaos in the Republican Party in the House as to who their leader will be. There's also a challenge to Mitch McConnell on the Senate side. He will overcome that pretty clearly. So you're looking at Kevin McCarthy, Donald Trump, and DeSantis all sort of in the spotlight with the party looking for a leader.
Well, and in terms of moving forward after the historically bad midterm election, now the top Senate Democrat Chuck Schumer is saying it's time to embrace bipartisan initiatives. Do Americans believe that can happen?
Well, Joe Biden is one American who believes that it can happen, and it's happened a couple times in the first couple years of his presidency. But any majority calls for bipartisanship because they want that minority support. They don't want the minority blocking all of their activities. So it's not at all unusual, but it's very difficult to achieve in the run-up to a presidential election. And sorry to say, as of today, we're in the run-up to the 2024 presidential election, and it'll be hard to come by bipartisanship.
Yeah, whether we want it or not. Dr. Cal Jillson, we appreciate your time this morning. Thank you.
Thank you.